Okay, guys, I'm going to jump right into this word. I actually haven't done a word like this since I first started this YouTube channel. That was almost a year ago. This is actually regarding a dream that God gave me last August, so August 2025. And I titled it Michael B. Jordan. I didn't even remember this dream. I wasn't looking for this dream. I was actually trying to rip out a piece of scratch paper to write down a grocery list for today, and then I just stumbled across this dream. And so I was like, I felt led to read it, like Michael B. Jordan, August, let's read it. So I read it. By the time I got to the end of the dream, I felt God telling me to share it. So this is for someone or a couple of women. It's for a woman or a couple of women. So I'll get into it. Okay, so I had this dream August 17th, 2025. And it says, I wrote down, I'm at the Kenwood house and Michael B. Jordan is my boyfriend. He's in the shower. He's in the shower and calls me to come to the bathroom to see what he wants. I'm packing something up, I think, or maybe hanging clothes up in my old bedroom. So this is a house that I grew up in. I grew up in this house. Hanging up clothes in the old bedroom, but I left the room to see what he wanted. I get to the bathroom. He's wet from the shower water, and I can tell he's stalling, trying to think of something to say, but couldn't come up with anything. But the way he was looking at me let me know what he really wanted, why he really wanted me to come to the bathroom. And I could feel his energy. I knew that he wanted energy, and I knew he wanted that. And so I say to him, you want, like I just casually say, like, you want, and then I start laughing. And as I'm laughing at him, I walk off and I go back to the bedroom and I continue to hang up my clothes or pack my clothes. I could tell we both really loved each other, and it didn't feel like just lust between us, but still, we were living in sin because we weren't married. Obviously, right off the rip, Michael represents lust, fornication, sin, temptation, which all that leads to death. My childhood house, my childhood bedroom, me hanging up clothes in my childhood bedroom represents purity and innocence. I was basically getting settled into that room. That's why I was hanging up clothes. Separation. Me hanging up the clothes in the closet in that bedroom means separation from sin, away from sin, and consecration. And then God led me to scripture, of course, in Numbers 6, verse 6 through 7, and it says, also for the duration of the consecration to God, you must not go near a corpse. Even if it's the body of your father, mother, brother, sister, you must not ritually defile yourself, because the sign of consecration to God is on your head. God's calling you to purity and isolation. That is the moral to the story. Whoever this is for, God is calling you to purity. He's asking you to separate yourself from sin. Even if you're in a relationship with this guy and it's true love and you guys have been talking about marriage, fine, great. But stop the fornication. Stop the sin that's involved in the relationship. It's time to separate from that, okay? That's what God is saying. Also, one more thing I want to add to that is that Michael also can represent the corpse that scripture is talking about in verse 6, where it says, throughout the period of their dedication to the Lord, the Nazirite must not go near a corpse. That's what he represented in that dream, a corpse basically. That's what he represents in reality. You can reference back to his latest movie, Sinners. He is spiritually dead. No shade, but I'm just stating facts. He represents a corpse. And so whoever this video is for, God is calling you away from the spiritually dead. He's calling you away from that corpse. He's calling you into purity. I hope this brought confirmation to someone or to some people. Until next time.